I think it's quite clear by now that I have a deep love for the Pokemon anime. It is such a big part of my childhood, and I still enjoy it to this day. While it mostly serves as advertisement for the games, I think when this anime works, it works just so well. I have previously done 2 other videos on similar topics. I discussed Ash's gym battle against Roxie and looked at how it was a poorly executed waste of potential, and in contrast discussed the incredible gym battle with Wulfric and how it tied to the Ash Greninja plot point. The whole thing felt very complete and amazing. Well, in a similar manner, I wanted to look at and talk about Ash's gym battle with Volkner in some more depth. In my previous entry, I decided to take it episode by episode. That worked given how plot reliant this mini arc was. However, as this is incredibly character driven, I thought it would be better to split this one into character focused segments. So let's begin. So, it is established already that there is some kind of issue with this gym. Paul regarded it as the worst gym in Sinnoh, whereas Barry perceives it as the best, which is a good and intriguing hook for the gym to begin with. Ash and co arrive at the gym, only to find no gym leader but a machine offering out gym badges for free. This really irritates Ash and he challenges this, quite literally by throwing himself against the door and pushing the AI. The machine attempts to throw him from the side of the building but is stopped by an unknown trainer. Ash witnesses as an Infernape shatters the robotic arm and he is free. This is an excellent introduction for Flint. While it doesn't seem like all that much is being done, it's actually doing so much setup. My own reading and headcanon is that Flint has been aware that something rotten is going on and has been for quite some time, so I figured he would be watching the gym, hoping to find out what's going on. He knows his best mate is in a crippling depression, only there's not a lot he can do. I think seeing this trainer with a burning passion for a gym badge must have reminded him of Volkner in some way, shape or form. So he intervenes and brings the two together. It definitely makes sense. The episode quickly establishes the close bond between Flint and Volkner, both in the present and the past. The conversation between the pair highlights how worried Flint is for his longest friend, and the feeling of hopelessness. Flint and the ex-poacher open up about Volkner's history. Their first meeting led to a battle between them. One where Flint wiped the floor with Volkner. This in turn just pushed a very young Volkner to work harder and harder and eventually beat him. This battle did so much more though. It was the forging of their friendship, one point in their lives they will look back on fondly. This carries on to the pair of them just about being able to stop a Pokemon poacher. They are injured, bloody, bruised and exhausted, but it grounds them, shows them from a young age what they're capable of doing together. Hell, it's even so impactful that the poacher turns over a new leaf and opens a Starbucks right here in Sunnyshow. It's a bit random, but equally kind of nice that the three of them had this dark experience and now feel like a tight family unit. As time went on, they selected paths. Flint continued to train and became a member of the Elite Four, leaving the poacher and Volkner behind in the city. After Volkner refuses to fight Ash, Flint steps up to the mark. The coffee shop owner pushes Volkner to watch the battle, hoping it might spark something deeper inside of him. For his own part, Ash does really well. He isn't able to take Infernape out, but I think people need to remember just how strong the Elite Four are. I know Ash almost beat Diantha, but he essentially had a Mega Evolved Pokemon, and said Pokemon is arguably the strongest in his arsenal. This battle does seem to open up Volkner. It takes a minute, but seeing two strong forces battle it out does something. Initially, after Team Rocket steal the tower, Flint jumps onto it alongside Ash and Volkner, but isn't able to stay on without falling. This is fine as it's more about Volkner and Ash at this point. I do think it shows strong will of character and just how keen Flint also is to help where possible, putting him on a similar plane with the other two. I mean, he does keep trying to motivate Brock to cycle to create energy to save sick Pokemon, so there's that. Flint remains at Volkner's side for the rest of this arc. He has a strong appreciation for Ash and is happy to see that his friend's confidence has been restored. While acting more as a plot tool towards the beginning, I really like the addition of Flint here. I think the support system of his friend was needed alongside Ash to bring him back to form. As far as these few episodes go, I think the series fleshed him out quite well as a character. As stated earlier on, the gym is in a wreck. It's handing out gym badges as the leader no longer has passion for battles and wishes to be left alone. Paul and Ash are very similar people. Their personalities clash, but the ideal system is the same. They want to earn badges and know they have strived for them. I can understand why this would really annoy him. Whereas Barry is the kind of person to coax who doesn't take things too seriously. For him, not having to work for the badge is sheer perfection. It's very much in Ash's burning passion to challenge and confront this kind of gym, which he does. Despite the slight danger to the situation, it enables him to meet and interact with the Sunnyshore's gym leader. Under normal circumstances, I can see Ash behaving like this. Let's say, for argument's sake, this is the third gym of some random region. Ash gets offered a badge for nothing. He would be so ambivalent to take it. He would react this way, which makes this one a much more pressing subject for him, given the fact that this particular gym leader is regarded as the strongest in the region and has such a reputation. A trope which hasn't been done before, but later would be butchered by Roxie. I get why Ash should be fuming with a lack of battle. He wants to prove himself. He wants to train his Pokemon and more than anything, loves Pokemon battles. This is the last major hurdle for him and the door is slammed shut in his face. He is going to kick off about it. Despite being denied a battle with Volkner, Ash jumps at the chance to have a battle with Elite Four member Flint. To be fair, it is a really good one, although more focus was placed on Pikachu than anything else. This works though, the whole point is supposed to be how this battle is paralleling Volkner's original battle with Flint when they were kids. Ash being the stand-in for Volkner himself, and it works. We see Volkner's walls begin to come down. Despite the power difference, neither Ash nor Pikachu back down. I know there will be some that will comment on the fact that this overpowered Pikachu wasn't able to beat Infernape, but that's the point, it's not about winning, it's supposed to be a reminder. The poacher, like Flint, saw the potential in Ash. They knew his passion for battle and mindset would be enough to break Volkner from his slump, and it worked. Once Team Rocket has control of the tower, Ash and Volkner are just about to get on board. They sneak around the tower and Volkner continues to open up to Ash. He feels a bit guilty that their initial gym battle was cut short, despite the fact it was entirely down to Team Rocket and not on him. I think little passages like this are really good. On the one hand, it fleshes Volkner out more and highlights the leaders of these gyms are more than just people waiting for a challenge, while further proving how much more open he is now. Ash quite seamlessly has managed to get this depressed figure to feel comfortable enough to open up to him. It's very good. Look, the fact Team Rocket is recycling electricity is a believable way to immobilize the use of Pikachu and Raichu. It does make sense. Ash has to use another Pokemon. While I like how dynamic Ash's Grottl's evolution is aboard this rocket, it did feel a bit random, especially as there wasn't much of a build-up or a hint recently of this occurrence taking place. However, if the point was to further impress Volkner to continually show him Ash's strengths, then yeah, I guess it kinda works. Once the rocket is returned home, Volkner promises Ash they will have an official gym battle, but he will have to wait a little while for the gym to be repaired. I really like this. I think the in-universe delay adds a lot and makes it all feel that much more believable. The actual battle itself is really fun, and more than anything shows why Volkner is regarded as the strongest leader in the region. Ash seems to be having a hard time taking him down, especially as Volkner became all the more comfortable with battling again. The final climax of this fight must mean so much for Ash. As I said, this is the last major obstacle before the Sinnoh League, his last chance to earn a badge and show off his strength, which is why it feels so poetic for it to come down to the wire with Infernape and its Blaze ability. Since it was a Chimchar, it has always struggled with Blaze. It goes insane and loses control. Well, this battle concludes with Infernape finally being able to master it. One final supercharged Flame Wheel sees Ash's victory. It's such a nice character moment to finish on and almost feels like a prototype for Ash Greninja later on in this anime. The passionate battle draws to an end and Ash receives his final Sinnoh Gym Badge. So, it's clear to Ash once he arrives at the gym that whoever the gym leader is, he must just not care. There's a massive tub of gym badges out on display for trainers to just take at their own leisure. This really annoys him, and he just isn't on board with it. I have had a think about this, and surely Volkner is breaking some kind of rule here. I always figured the league officials would be closely watching the leaders to make sure they're following all the rules. Would they not intervene and possibly replace him if he wasn't doing his job properly? Ash's outburst leads to Volkner's mate Flint escorting him to meet the gym leader. So, the introduction to Volkner is very interesting. Flint attempts to introduce Ash and his friends, but Volkner does not seem the least bit interested in chatting to them. He's quiet, recluse, sad, and just wants to be left alone. I really like this. The anime handles Volkner's depression in a very mature way and isn't afraid of it. They fully push this character-led plot. Oftentimes, it seems too juvenile to attempt something like this, but the setup was done very well. It becomes clear that alone, Flint isn't enough to bring Volkner out of his pain. He's fed up with battling, had enough of the gym, and as an extra measure has just thrown all his time and energy into his passion for technology and electricals. By building the tower, which uses solar panels for raw power. That's his whole life at the moment, and to be fair, he has done a lot to improve the city. While the backstory establishes the dynamic between Volkner and Flint, it shows a lot more. As we know, Flint continued his journey away from Sunnyshow and grew strong enough to become an Elite Four member. The poacher stopped being a criminal and decided to serve coffee instead. Still not sure how a battle with children turns you from thief to barrister, but fair enough. Volkner is alone in the city as its gym leader. He's a formidable trainer and quickly acquires a reputation as the strongest in the region. But there is a serious downside to that. He is constantly beating trainers. More times than not, they're too weak to even take out a single Pokemon. It's what leads to his depression. He's done. He does the one thing he still loves, and that's building technology and evolving the city. The character motivation makes sense. But as a side effect of his depression, he has pushed his friends aside and became very cold towards others, which is why Flint is so keen to break him from this, as is the Starbucks owner. I apologise for the jokes, but I don't think this character is named. According to Bulbapedia, he is called the Proprietor. Fair enough. Despite attempting to walk out during the battle, the Proprietor is able to make Volkner see it through to the end, which he does, as Volkner essentially sees Ash in himself. He is reminded of his love for battles he had when he and Flint were children, and that's enough to break him from the slump. He sees Ash's determination, strategic moves, and realises his role as gym leader is important and it's necessary for him to continue. The Team Rocket tower is fine. This episode is from an era where Team Rocket has to appear in every episode, and in this case, it elevates the plot anyway. It gives another thing for Ash and Volkner to bond over and ties Volkner's other passion. He built this tower. He knows it better than anyone else. And I mean, we get a fun Giovanni segment. I picture the boss having a comfy floor to sleep on, as conquering the world can be tiring work. Once Ash's newly evolved Torterra has made short work of Team Rocket, Volkner is able to fly the rocket back to its original position in Sunnyshow City. Despite all the collateral damage, he is confident the gym will be back to form soon and happily invites Ash back for a fight soon, which he happily accepts. Word must have spread quick that Volkner is back to form and is ready to fight some opponents, as the line outside the gym is just so big. This is so great. We as the audience can see that he more than deserves the reputation, and that many others like Ash are keen to hit up this gym and try to win a gym badge. It's subtle but adds so much more to this scene. While holding up a very good fight, especially at the beginning, Volkner offers Ash a lot of positive advice and feedback on things he does during the gym fight. These little lines of dialogue is clear evidence of his character growth. It's very easy to see just how much of an impact Ash has had on him, and how much he is relishing this gym battle, which is amazing. It really does prove who he was originally, and lives up to the young boy in the flashbacks who wanted to be as powerful as he could be. Not only is he engaging with the whole experience, but is clearly enjoying himself as well. While this battle clearly shows why Volkner has retained the title of strongest gym leader in all of Sinnoh, he is growing all the more powerful as he gets comfortable. The build-up is done very well, to be fair. I think this final showdown between his Luxray and Ash's Infernape must mean so much to him. Like in that previous battle Ash had with Flint, it's very clear to everyone that Volkner saw himself in Ash, and that was the driving force for him. All he could do was picture himself in Ash's shoes. Whereas here, Ash seems to be embodying Flint. It's so similar to the original battle he had as a kid, the one where he was able to beat Flint for the first time. The clear sense of euphoria he must have had for the victory, it's the very first time he realised just how much fun battles could be, and that was the initial clutch to push his motivations. The fact that this is the first real gym battle since he fell into his depressive state is so perfect. What better way to reignite his love for battles than this? Yes, he lost, but he gained something even more important, his love for battles. Ash saved a gym leader that day. Well, what a journey it has been. I always envisioned this mini-series of videos to be a sort of trilogy. To me, Ash vs Roxie, Ash vs Wulfric, and Ash vs Volkner are the three most important gym battles in the whole series. One showed how to tie existing plot elements into a gym battle to elevate it, another was able to tell a character-driven affair and has the protagonist be the thing that saves them, and another is a prime example of how not to do a gym battle. It shows the pitfalls which could easily be fallen into. I will leave the links to the other two videos in this series in the description down below if you would like to check them out. Well, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think of this gym battle? Please let me know. If you enjoyed this video and would like to stay up to date with all my content, then please hit that like button and subscribe. It will help my channel continue to grow. I'm trying to reach 2,000 by the end of the year and would appreciate all the support. If you're interested, I do have a Discord server which I will link in the description down below. Right, I have to figure out what Pokemon anime video to do next. I will see you all soon.